Welcome to Ask an Editor, the podcast that helps editors build a long-term career. My name is Jesse Kepke, a documentary and commercial editor for the past 15 years, and today we have a question from Owen. Owen asks, do you ever get to a point when you are overthinking very small changes, such as losing grip of the overarching story and tone because you're worrying about two dodgy vocal inflections being cut together? I sometimes get lost in crafting realism. This is a really great question. We all get buried in the minutia and the details. This is why we're good at what we do. We care and we pay attention to every little part, making sure that it's really smooth. I don't know how much time I've spent nudging an edit point, one frame at a time, trying to get the vocal transition, just like Owen said, trying to get it just right. So I totally know what he's talking about. But this also means that we can get bogged down. We stress over that 5-frame section when there's still a 5-minute video to cut. So how do we keep from doing that? Before we get to the answer, I have a quick resource for you. Story Structure for Editors. This is a 45-minute video that I created based on my other job as a working screenwriter. If you have ever wanted to know how to apply 3-act structure to your editing, scripted or non-scripted, this is the video for you. So just visit buildmyeditingcareer.com/L/story and use the promo code podcast to save 20%. So how can you stop from overthinking the small things? First, have a deadline. When you only have a certain amount of time to do the job, you are forced to focus on the big picture. You have to make sure that you have everything in place before you can spend that time really polishing those tiny details. Second, remember what you're trying to achieve. Every idea needs to be weighed against the end goal and whether or not it gets you there. A producer or director hopefully will be there to help you, but if not, you can still have this in mind and know, okay, if this is the end goal and what we're trying to get to is trying to get this very small detail exactly right going to get me there or not? Can we still achieve that goal if this isn't just exactly perfect or not? So having that end goal in mind really helps. Then you can know if spending 2 hours on that audio transition is really worth it in the grand scheme of things. Lastly, get an outside opinion. You might be stressing about the keyframes and how the music track fades in and does it feel just right? But then you show it to somebody and they shrug and go, yeah, sounds good. I don't know what the deal is. So that outside opinion is so helpful. And what seems big to us might feel really small to somebody else. So getting that feedback can help you know if it's worth it or not. So to recap, number 1, give yourself a deadline. Number 2, remember what you're trying to achieve. And number 3, get that outside opinion. Those will really help. Thank you for the question, Owen. If this episode helped you, consider sharing it with another editor. And if you have a question that needs answering, just visit askaneditorpodcast.com and hopefully we can answer it on the show. So thanks for listening and keep cutting.